Hey everyone, Sally here. I'd like to apologize for my live streams this past weekend. I was doing a lot of sniffling. Try not to do that tonight. I'm going to be on later with Sean at 9:30 Eastern. I'm going to do a little hangout, something about Anthony and Riley. Anthony and Ranty. Not exactly sure what it is yet because I've kind of been out of the game the last month. Had my head down with work projects. Hadn't been doing much YouTubing. But once these work projects are done, I'll be back. In the meantime, I did go to the Causeway this past weekend. I'm sure some of you guys saw the live stream. And I took some pictures, some still frames there. And there was definitely a lot of haze. If you watched the live stream, you saw there was just a lot of haze, which is always the case during the summer in Louisiana. Get a lot of just bad atmosphere, bad scene conditions, especially over the water. But Louisiana is just always humid, so that's why I aim for taking my best photography during the winter. And next winter, I'll be doing some stuff again. And I will definitely make an effort to go back to the Marriott Hotel, one of the higher floors, and take some live stream footage during clear scene conditions during the winter, this next winter coming up. In the meantime, I wanted to see what I could do with these photos in Lightroom, and I'm seeing them for the first time, just as you are. So let me share my screen, and let's take a look at these. I guess I should also get the live chat up. So let me see about that real quick before we get too far down the road. It's just me, so I'm going to have to pop in and out to the live chat. Give me 1 second to pull it up here. Just me, so. Okay, here we go. Okay. Yeah. Somebody had to stop listening because of the sniffles. Saunders. Yeah, sorry about that. I went back and listened to it. I noticed that somebody made that comment. And yeah, it was bad. Sniffles were pretty bad. But anyway, so this time I'll try not to sniffle. Be a little bit more mic friendly. All right, let's see what's going on here. Okay. So these are the pictures and the videos that I took. I wanted to look at the videos real quick just to see if they're any better than what was on YouTube. Ended up taking footage the next morning thinking it would be clearer, and it was actually even worse, I think. Yeah, I mean, the haze is really bad there. Might be able to pull out some contrast. You can see the huts back here. And this is the bascule back here. So you can see the curve still. It's just really bad scene conditions, unfortunately. Might be able to pull the contrast up in iMovie or something like that. I'll give it a go and see if I can get anything out of it, but I doubt it. All this haze is just terrible. Let's see. I don't think I have anything better than that video-wise. Looks like it's starting to brighten up a little bit on this one. This was early in the morning, just before sunset, I believe. Video footage is pretty stable, but there's some atmospheric shake going on there. So I might be able to stack some stuff, just play with it and see if I can get anything out of it. I might try that in Photoshop later. Let's look at the photographs, because I think all the video footage pretty much looks the same. Where is it? Oops. Oh, for some reason I went to my other screen whenever I did that. Let's bring it back over here. Hey, Vectard. Hey, my 3D views. And let's open this in a different tab so we get more real estate for the photograph. Wonder if I have anything interesting actually that I could actually work with. Oh, that was whenever I went out to George's. Let's go down to the bottom here. Yeah, I did take some of those night shots. Those are kind of interesting. I'm not sure if I can make them look any better though. These night shots are definitely interesting because you can see these long exposures show they show the curve basically traced out by the lights of the cars. Those are pretty cool. Unfortunately, I'm got this bad blur, not blur, but bad glare coming from the double panes I was looking through. Let's see here. Yeah, it's pretty all right. That one's not terrible. Well, it's terrible, but it's less terrible than the other ones. I might be able to do something with that in Lightroom. See if I can find one a little bit later in the day when it was brighter. That one's really blurry. Maybe this. Actually looks like it got a little bit hazier even. It seems like it's blurry. Try and pull one of these in the Lightroom here. One that looks a little bit in focus. I'm gonna find one. That one's a little better. 2935. $29.35. Go back up and look through them one more time here. It actually looks a little sharper earlier. These are actually in good focus. The haze is just terrible. All of a sudden it got blurry right there. From 5 to 9, that's the difference. Let's try and pull one of these in. Try and pull this 5 o'clock one in, see what happens. 2923. $29.23. I'll pull the raw in. All right, let's just see what it does on auto here. Not much. Let's tweak this dehaze. It's kind of pulling something out of it. Still really hazy, but kind of sharpens it up a little bit. I definitely think you can see the curvature here. Right here, if I can. Yeah, that part down there is really where the most obvious curvature is, and it's the furthest away, so of course it's super hazy. But you can see it pretty clear as day right there, I think. So let's see what happens if we mess with the clarity settings instead. Man, pulling the knob all the way up like that is going to add some serious grain. You can kind of see it right there. Not too bad. Yeah, unfortunately, this the raw photograph is just not good enough to do anything with. I mean, for curiosity's sake, it's cool, but photographically, it's just bad scene conditions. But I think that actually does something there. So let's go full screen with it. Where is it? Well, it's usually F11. Let me try that. Nope. How do you go full screen in Lightroom? Anybody know this? Here we go. Control Command F. Oh well, it didn't actually go full screen. Let's see. So there's some differences. Kind of pulls something out of it. Yeah, I'm just going to have to wait till winter. That's going to be the time to go, I do believe. Let's save this to Lightroom. And we'll take a look at it. Here, let's see, pictures. Lightroom, that's it. There you go. It's about as good as I can do it, unfortunately. Just too much haze to deal with. But the curve is clear. So yeah, we'll just have to go back next winter and get a better shot. All right, let's take a look at one of the nighttime shots and see what that looks like. Let's see here. Let's exit full screen. What was it? Control Command F. There we go. Okay. So one of the other nighttime shots. Let's take a look. Where is it? Untitled. Now the interesting thing about these photographs that they were done on the same weekend as a Flat Earth meetup group, which was just across the water in Fontainebleau State Park. They're on the north. That's on the North Shore, just east of Mandeville. It's actually part of Mandeville, I believe. And those guys didn't manage to, go take any photographs, replicate any of my photographs, which is interesting. Makes me wonder about those, groups. If they're actually after the truth, wouldn't they, being right there, go replicate the photographs? And they definitely know about me. I've had conversations with them. So one of these is a 30-second exposure. I think it's that one. 2919. 14, 13. I think that's a 20-second exposure if I recall correctly. And I think one of these is a 30-second exposure. 20-second one doesn't look too bad. That one might be a little too washed out, actually, to do much with. Let me try this one. Where is it? Which one was it? I guess that's the best one. That doesn't look terrible, I guess. I guess 16 is the one we're going to go with there. Let's try that. 2916. 2916. Yeah, there's not much to work with there, actually. It kind of gives you a sense anyway. Yeah, it's definitely overexposed. It gives you the shape anyway. You can see the shape of the cars right here, tracing out the lower deck. It's definitely curved. Of course, back here we have the huts actually getting in the way of the cars, so it's hard to even see them back all the way back. You can see the red actually over there a little better. What happens if I pull that red up? Where's the color balance? Black and white? Nope. Gotta figure out this. Oh, how do I grab just the red channel? I don't know. Oh well. Well, that kind of pulls the red out. Yeah, you can look over here at the opposite, the northbound lane over here. You can see, you can actually see the red, the northbound lane in the red from the backlights, the brake lights better than the headlights, I think. Making out the full curve anyway. There, right there. And just a reminder, this is the 4-mile marine hump right here. So we're already past, we're past the part of the bridge that actually expand, like moves away from the bridge. The two lanes actually move away from each other right at the very beginning. But then at the about 1.2 mile mark, the northbound lane straightens out. So this is way past that. This is 4 miles, and this goes out to the 8 mile right here. This is the 8 mile. And this is the, what is it, 6? I think this is 16 miles. If I'm correct. Hey, yeah, 16. This is 16 miles here. So, and each one of these green signs is 1/10 of a mile. You can see, if we zoom in here, each of these is 1/10 of a mile, and you can see how closely compacted they are right here. And that's you know, between the 8 mile and 16 mile that we're looking at. So it's even more dense further back here. Like this is, you know, basically each 1/10 of a mile is right next to each other, pixel apart. Anyway, pretty cool. I wish it was a little clearer. I wish I didn't have so much foreground noise. It's just white and washed out in the darks. Could probably get something a little better at night during the winter. I'm going to go back and do that for sure. And hopefully I even collimated my telescope before these shots, and you can, it's just, some of it's just a little blurry just because there's so much atmosphere. I mean, these posts are actually not too bad. These, I mean, you can almost start to make out the numbers on them. So I'm thinking during the winter you actually will be able to make out the numbers on those 1/10 of a mile markers. And I have some photos like that where I have made out the numbers. Let's just save that one. So anyway, not too bad. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Just wanted to look at these photos. I knew I didn't have much to look at, but definitely another example here during the summer, whenever it's even hot and humid, that the curve is consistent with what I took during the winter, which negates, you know, the whole atmosphere being involved that the flat earthers want to talk about all the time, which is absurd at this point. They have nothing else to talk about. Either you know, they either claim that the photographs aren't genuine or that it's perspective, one or the other. Both are absurd answers to these observations, especially considering that I've gone over a year now making these observations and the curve is consistent. I mean, in every conceivable weather condition. Obviously, the photographs are a lot better during the winter because of clarity and seeing conditions, but the curve is still there. So I wanted to share that with you guys, and hopefully you appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to it cooling down again after the summer, and I'll go back and do it again. Also, I'm also planning to make a trip out to Mobile. Actually, Fort Morgan is this little, I guess it's a key actually. Fort Morgan is just south of Mobile Bay. It separates Mobile Bay from the Gulf, and it's about 30 miles away from Mobile. And so you should be able to see the tops of the tallest buildings in Mobile from there. So I'm planning on going back there with my drone and with my telescope during the winter and taking some shots from there as well. That I think will be actually a pretty cool photograph. So thanks for coming, thanks for watching, and we will be looking for other things to do during the summer. I have some ideas, but if you have any ideas that you'd like me to talk about, please let me know in the comments. And I'm definitely up for any topics of discussion or video topics. Just let me know. And hopefully once work settles down, we're kind of busy right now, but once work settles down, I'll be getting back to making some videos and some interesting content. Thanks for watching, guys. Sound out.